Welcome everyone to part 6 of my collection. Shelf's a little dusty here, and I have a light now, so hopefully things are a little better to see. And things shouldn't be falling over with this, because this is the bottom shelf in this part. So this is a Pitch Perfect Funko. That might have been shown last time actually. Cosima from Orphan Black. And Lexa from The 100. There you go. Okay. So these are just other versions of Taylor Swift's Lover CD, deluxe versions, I think from Target. And I have Rome, the box set, the series, only 2 seasons, canceled too soon. Great show if you want to check it out. It's one of the best HBO shows actually, and one that I don't hear a lot of people talk about. This is the Ghostbusters 1 and 2 set. I love 1 and 2. I actually love 2 a lot since I grew up with it, and I actually like it better than 1. I'm probably the only one in the world, but that's the case. Back to the Future 3 film collection. It's been a while since I've seen this. I do want to rewatch it again just to get a fresh view of it. Got this one in England. This is a great set. It's the Man with No Name trilogy box set. It's a little bulky. I know they have released one in the US, but I already have this one. So has Fistful of Dollars, few dollars more, for a few dollars more, and Good, the Bad, and Ugly. For a few dollars more is my favorite one, and always has been. Just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna turn on the light. I think it'll be better. Yeah, I don't know if it's more light that way, but hopefully a little better. This is the ultimate collection of National Lampoon's Vacation. So this is also your England release. This has all of the films, vacation films. It has the regular National Lampoon's Vacation, which is great. Christmas Vacation, European Vacation, and Vegas Vacation. I like them all quite a bit. I think the original is the best one, but Christmas Vacation is great. So is European. Another set right here. This is the comedy set with 40-Year-Old Virgin. It's a Judd Apatow set. 40-Year-Old Virgin, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Knocked Up. I love 40-Year-Old Virgin and Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I think they're both very funny. Knocked Up, I don't think is as funny, but it's fine. All right, this might be a little tight up here. I'm gonna try to pull these down, and they're gonna fall over. That's fine. This is La La Land, the Steelbook release of it. It's a beautiful, gorgeous one that just came out recently. It's a 4K. I love this film. This is my favorite Damien Chazelle film. I think it's absolutely fantastic as a musical, and as just a film. I love this film. One of my favorites actually. And another one I really like is Lady Bird, the directorial debut of Greta Gerwig. Saoirse Ronan's fantastic in this film. Really great comedy, kind of coming of age type film. That's a really great one. I love that one. And then we have a classic, La Dolce Vita, from Federico Fellini. Wonderful cinematography in this film. It's a classic Criterion. One that I highly recommend as well. I'm just gonna move this crap out of here. So much here. This is a 3-hour, like, kind of erotic artsy film called La Belle Noiseuse, The Beautiful Troublemaker. Pretty good film. Check it out if you have the chance, or if you really like film. Kubo and the Two Strings. I'm not a huge animated film guy, but I really love Kubo and the Two Strings. I think the animation's brilliant on it. The story is great on it. My favorite one from Leica Pictures Studios. Yeah, that's a good one. And then we have Kong Skull Island. Pretty good monster film. Nothing super amazing, but a nice little origin, not really an origin story, but like nice little introduction to Kong into that monsters universe. I think Godzilla vs. Kong is better. It's probably the weakest one of those. Knowing, a really good sci-fi end of the world type film. One that doesn't get a lot of hype, but it's Alex Proyas film, and I think it's well done, well made film. One that I really liked is Knives Out. So this is a 4K steelbook of it. I also like Glass Onion quite a bit. You can't beat this ensemble cast. Knives Out, Glass Onion, pretty similar in quality to me. Maybe Knives Out is slightly better, but I don't think there was a huge quality drop as is. This is a release of Knight of Cups, a Terrence Malick film. This is one of those films where it's very experimental. The dialogue is just kind of as you go. as his style nowadays. Great cast as well, as you can see. And then I got this one used, Kingpin. Really good bowling film, for Farrelly Brothers. I think it's pretty funny, pretty quotable, this one. And we have actually, first is The King of Staten Island. Pete Davidson actually did a pretty good job in this. I think this is a Judd Apatow film. Pretty long, but funny. I like it enough. And The King of Comedy, one of the best Scorsese films. Everybody says The Joker is kind of influenced by this. And I can definitely see it. Really great film. Robert De Niro's fantastic in it. Very awkward film as well, but definitely one of the best Scorsese films. I don't think a lot of people talk about it like that, but it's absolutely up there. Now let's try to get through these. Things don't fall. Everything's always falling over here. I hate it. All right. Last Action Hero Steelbook. I kind of waited for the Steelbook of this to come out before purchasing it. Very self-aware film. Way ahead of its time, actually, as well. Yeah, that's just a great film. Then we have Last Christmas. Really good holiday film. Not one that a lot of people also talk about, but I think this is actually a Paul Feig film. I think it's kind of predictable, but it's got a lot of charm in it, and it also has Michelle Yeoh in it as well. I think that's a good film. I was on a Sharon Stone kick for a while, and then I got Last Dance. This was a blind buy. It's not a very good film. It's kind of like Dead Man Walking with Sean Penn, but not as good. Sharon Stone's good in it, but just a lot of script issues with that one. Then we have The Last House on the Left. This is the original Wes Craven film, kind of like a revenge film. Pretty good film. One of his earlier ones. I'm not a big fan of this spotlight. I think it makes things too bright, so I'm trying to adjust it. And then we have a triple feature of Last House on the Left. This is the remake with Sarah Paxton. The Strangers, which I really love. I think that's a very well-made film. And A Perfect Getaway, which is very predictable, but it's all right. It's decent, like a one-time watch. And then we have The Last Samurai. Great Tom Cruise film. Rewatched this recently, and I thought it was excellent. Great performance. He's not in very many bad films. That's a great one. The Last Witch Hunter. I'm not exactly sure why I got this. It was probably cheap and used. Kind of like a guilty pleasure in a way, but not that great. It has Rose Leslie from Game of Thrones. I'm a fan of her. Lawless Steelbook, one of the earlier Blu-rays that I got. I think this is a great film. Tom Hardy, Shia LaBeouf. Kind of like a modern crime thriller. Maybe a little bit of Western thrown in there with Jessica Chastain. I like that one. A League of Their Own. I'm not even a fan of baseball or sports films that much, for that matter. But A League of Their Own is just fantastic. I think this is an amazing film. Gina Davis is fantastic in this. Great cast. Tom Hanks, very memorable. One of the best Nick Cage performances you will ever see, Leaving Las Vegas. I think he won an Oscar for that one. Yeah, Academy Award winner for the actor. And Elizabeth Sue is fantastic in this. It's about a man who has an addiction to alcohol, and it's just like a downward spiral in Vegas. Fantastic film. Great Nicolas Cage performance. Legally Blonde 1 and 2. Of course, these are classics. Legally Blonde 1 is great. Reese Witherspoon's great. One of her best films. Film performances, iconic. Good set to have. And Leon the Professional, the Steelbook. I love this film. I think it's a really great film. Early Natalie Portman film. Just a fantastic film all around. Now let's see if we could get these down. The Leprechaun 7 film set. I got this recently, pretty recently, during Halloween. I like the first one, and then there's one in there that I like a lot. The one where he goes to like Vegas. It's so stupid, but it's fun. A lot of the other ones aren't that great. Must have had a sell on it, that one. This is a bootleg of Let It Be, the motion picture. This is the Let It Be film of the Beatles, showing kind of like the turmoil it took to get that album together. This is before the Get Back sessions came out, so it shows it a little bit more like a hostile between the four members. But the Get Back session shows like there was more camaraderie between the band, and then they all really liked each other. I have Get Back too, but it's just not filed away or in anything. But you'll see it later. Letters from Iwo Jima, great Clint Eastwood film. When this and Flags of Our Fathers came out, I think this was just a superior film. Nice score to go with it. And we have Life of Pi, one of my favorite films in the modern era. Best Ang Lee film. I think visually this is stunning. Probably worth a 4K at some point. I think the story is just absolutely amazing. So well told. Wonderful score as well. This is just a really great film. Got this one in a horror pack. Lights Out with Teresa Palmer. Not a bad film. Pretty short and straight to the point. Lilo and Stitch, 2-film collection. I love Stitch. I think he's the best Disney character out there. Lilo and Stitch is a good film. Stitch Has a Glitch is alright, but Lilo and Stitch is a good animated film. Limitless, pretty good film about Bradley Cooper taking pills and then exceeding his capacity, his like mental capacity, and then burning out later. Pretty good film. I think they made a series of that one as well. One of the best films of 2016. I absolutely love this film. I think it's extremely rewatchable. Dev Patel's fantastic in it. So is Rooney Mara and the young actor in that film. Amazing film. Not a lot of people talk about it, but just super. That film is fantastic. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure who the filmmaker of this is, but they did some other stuff as well. Yeah, I can't remember who it is, but this is a great film. The Lion King animated version, of course, everyone has to have that in the collection. Classic animated film. And then we have the Lion King remake, the live action remake. A lot of people don't like this. I think it's okay. It's just hard to see the emotions on the animals in this one. And that's an issue with it, but I think it's fine. Little Mermaid, I'm pretty excited for the live action remake that's coming out, so I'll be checking that out. I'm not a huge fan of Little Mermaid. So it's like alright, but like some of the classic Disney ones, I want to own them. Then we have a mini series maybe a lot of people don't know about. This is Little Woman. It actually has a really good cast. Maya Hawke of Stranger Things is in it, and then Emily Watson's in it. Michael Gambon is in it. This is a really well-made 3-part PBS miniseries. I like that one quite a bit. And then we have the Little Woman film, which I really like. Greta Gerwig's second film. Another film with a wonderful cast. I mean, Florence Pugh, Saoirse Ronan, Emma Watson, Laura Dern. Great film. Love that one. One that has mixed reaction from everyone. I think this came out when HBO was releasing a lot of the theatrical films during the pandemic right on their service. I think it's a pretty well-made film. Good slow burn. Maybe the ending leaves a little to be desired, but I think overall pretty good film. Lizzie, nice film with Chloe Sevigny and Kristen Stewart about Lizzie Borden. Not for everyone's taste, but I like that one. Looks like my light came off. The Lobster. Really good film. Very bizarre, a little bit of a bizarre type film with Colin Farrell. The dialogue in that is just hilarious. He's just like a straight delivering lines, but it's so funny. I love that film. The Lodge, really great film. Really great horror film with Riley Keough. There's like a twist in this one as well. Very well made film. I recommend that one highly. The Loft, pretty kind of like cheesy thriller film about a murder that happens and then trying to figure out who did it. I like that one quite a bit. Logan Lucky, nice little Steven Soderbergh film. Kind of like a hillbilly Ocean's 11, but it works. It works very well actually. And Lord of the Rings, the 3-film collection. I don't find the need to get the extended editions, but if it's cheap one day I might get it. These are classics. I think Two Towers, actually they're all good, but maybe Two Towers is the best. Lords of Chaos, this came in a horror pack, and I hate this film. I'm not a fan of it at all. It's part of the reason why I've stopped getting horror pack. They give me things that I don't really like. This is just whatever. Lost in Translation, really good Sofia Coppola film, one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. I need to rewatch that one actually, and now I'm going to try to get through these pretty quickly because I'm running out of battery time here. So Inferno, this is the third in that trilogy, the Robert Langdon trilogy with Tom Hanks. Pretty good film. The book is better. Inglorious Bastards, not one of my favorite Quentin Tarantino's, but I think I have all of his films. It's Tarantino, so it's good. Ingrid Goes West. You want an awkward film right here? This is as awkward as it gets. Wonderful performance by Aubrey Plaza about kind of like a stalker. We have Inherent Vice. We need to give this a rewatch, but it's a PTA film with a lot of style. And then we have a foreign version of Inland Empire, because I love this film. I saw the David Lynch films in theaters. This, Mulholland Drive, Blue Velvet, and there's another one I saw, Lost Highway, in theaters. I need all of them on Blu-ray. I love them so much, and I can't wait for the 4K Criterion of this to come out. I have it pre-ordered, and then I'll replace that one. That's an amazing film. Not for everybody, though. Inside Llewyn Davis, really great Coen Brothers films that deserve this Criterion release. Oscar Isaac in a kind of a breakout role in that one. In Bruges, fantastic film with Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson. The filmmakers follow-up, Banshees of Inisherin, is great as well. That's a really good film. One of my favorite horror films of all time, The Innkeepers. I watch this every single Halloween around that time. It's a Ty West film, an early Ty West film about a haunted hotel with Sarah Paxton. Absolutely amazing film. Not a lot of people will rate it as highly as I do, but I love it. Into the Night. Love Michelle Pfeiffer. Got this one of John Landis directed film. Pretty decent. This was a blind buy from Shout Select when they had a sale. Not a bad blind buy at all. If I can get things in. Inside Out, not the biggest animated film fan, but this one really works. One of the best Pixar films, and a nice holographic there. Pretty emotional, that one. This one came in a horror pack, Insidious Chapter 3. I had Insidious 1 in a horror pack in a collection earlier, so I have 3 as well. 3 is not bad. I do want to get 2 because I do like 2. Into the Woods, pretty decent musical. I really like Anna Kendrick. That's the main reason I have that film. And then we have Interstellar on 4K. I don't know if it's 4K actually, but it's a steelbook regardless. It must be a 4K. Great film. When I first saw it, I hated it, and then I rewatched it, gave it another chance, and I absolutely love it. I think it's a wonderful score, one of the best Christopher Nolan films, and a great space film. The Invitation, not the one that came out this year, but this is the one with Logan Marshall Green. Slow burn film, but absolutely bonkers. Great film. That's a Draft House release. And then we have the newer Invisible Man with Elizabeth Moss. I think she does a great role in this. This is more like a sci-fi take of The Invisible Man, and I think it works super well. The Irishman, long Scorsese film. Great though. I've watched it twice. I watched it on Netflix and then on Criterion. It's not so rewatchable just because of its length, but it's so well made. Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, and Joe Pesci reunion. That's a good one. Some Marvel coming up. Iron Man 1. Pretty good. The one that set the MCU tone. And then we have, oh my god, things don't go in. Iron Man 2. Not that great. And then 3, which I've grown to respect a little bit more as time went on. I didn't like it at first, but it's not too bad. Michael Bay's The Island, one of the best Michael Bay films out there. Definitely watch this film. Maybe a stronger first half than end, but still works really well. Stephen King's It. Upgraded to a steelbook of this one. This is the miniseries with Tim Curry. Love this film. This one's love the series. It's from the childhood. Then I got steelbooks of It Chapter 2 and It, the newer one, which is really good. Chapter 2, I felt like just didn't do a lot of things right. Some okay moments in there, but kind of retreading the same ground. Very long as well. It Follows, one of the great best steelbooks in my collection. Filmed by Robert Mitchell. Works really well. Michael Monroe, one of the best final girls out there. Doesn't get enough recognition. Classic It's a Wonderful Life. Classic Christmas film here. What can I say? You have to have that in your collection. This was a Dollar Tree release actually, and a blind buy. I like the cast. Juno Temple, Riley Keough, Jack and Diane. Not a great film. Here's a great one that I really like by Pablo Larraín. Natalie Portman in Jackie. This person directed Kristen Stewart in Spencer as well, and I find very much similarities between both films. I love Jackie. I think it's so well made. Such a great performance. Very underrated film because a lot of people don't talk about it. Score is amazing in that one too. Jackie Brown, one of the best Quentin Tarantino films, with Pam Grier. This is actually top notch Quentin Tarantino. A little underrated just because people don't talk about it. I have the Friday the 13th box set, but I got this bootleg of Jason Goes to Hell, the Final Friday. One of my favorite releases in that series. I know a lot of people don't like that one, but I'll talk about Friday the 13th much later. Jason Statham 6-film collection. I got this mostly for War and Transporter and The Cranks. Not all of these films are pretty good. What can I say? I like the Transporter films. Jaws, a classic 4K release of Jaws. One of the best Spielberg films. One of the best monster type films. Oh man, this is just almost like a yearly watch for me around Independence Day. Jeepers Creepers. I need to get a better release of this because I hate these J-card releases. Pretty good film. I wouldn't mind owning two. I love Jennifer's Body. If I could find a nice release of this, like a nice steelbook or a nice 4K, I would get it with a nice slipcover because I love this film. I love Megan Fox. I think this film is amazing and it gets more appreciated as time goes on. JFK, really good political film, courtroom drama type film. Oliver Stone, one of his best films actually, with Kevin Costner. Fantastic Christmas film, Jingle All the Way, about a boy who needs a toy and his father going through crazy lengths to get it. Great film. Then we got Joe Dirt. Pretty funny film. I thought it was funnier when I was a younger kid, but it works. David Spade, that's a classic. And then we got John Wick. The Triple Pack 1, 2, and Parabellum. Great films. Really good action films. I'm looking forward to 4. I think they still got good life in them. Jojo Rabbit, really good Taika Waititi film. Kind of introduced us to Thomas and Mackenzie as well. I think this is a very well made film. Dark comedy with a lot of emotion in it. And the Joker, actually just Joker, with Joaquin Phoenix. I'm kind of excited for a sequel, but not if it's a musical with Lady Gaga or whatever they're trying to do. I don't know what's going on with that one, but Joaquin Phoenix is fantastic in this. This is a really good film. And then we got, this was a very cheap buy, used. Jonah Hex. Got this because I really like Megan Fox. She looks great in this. David O. Russell's Joy, about the person who invented the Miracle Mop. Really nice release with the, if I can open this, inner cover. I like that film quite a bit. I think it's well made. Jennifer Lawrence is good in it. And then we have, oh my god, we have Juliet Naked. Pretty nice underrated film with good music with Rose Byrne and Ethan Hawke. Gotta love Ethan Hawke. Jumanji, the original one, one from the classic childhood. Love that one. Welcome to the Jungle. Not a bad sequel. That's kind of a reimagining of Jumanji. I like that one. The next level probably didn't need to be made. It has its moments, but like it felt kind of like pointless to me. And then we have the full, actually not the full, the Jurassic World collection. So this has everything up until Fallen Kingdom. I like the first one. Lost World's alright. 3 is okay. I like Jurassic World a lot. Fallen Kingdom, not so much. And I did not like Dominion, but I have Dominion just to complete it. That'll come later. Had to get a Canadian release of Just Friends. One of the best comedies of all time, in all honesty. This is a good holiday film as well with Ryan Reynolds and Amy Smart. Love that film. I think it's very funny. Josh Whedon's Justice League. Not a fan of this one. It just feels choppy and undone. Like it could have been way better. I have Zack Snyder's coming up later, which is a much better film. Justine. Yeah, this is kind of like a erotic film. Justine, that one. The Karate Kid, classic film. I've never watched the series. I'm not super into the entire Karate Kid series, but this is a really good classic 80s right there. And then I have Kick-Ass 2. I do have one, but it's part of like a superhero pack, so it'll come later. Yeah, Kick-Ass 2. Pretty good sequel. Pretty violent as well. They could make 3 if they wanted to. One of my favorite, this is actually my favorite Studio Ghibli film. Kiki's Delivery Service, absolutely amazing. I have a lot of these on Steelbook. They're all gonna come later. I think maybe 1 or 2 came already, but amazing film. I love that film so much. That's just a super amazing film. Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 on beautiful Steelbooks. Really great Quentin Tarantino films. Yeah, I have no complaints there. I'm a big fan of Uma Thurman. I really love her. And then we have The Killer Inside Me, pretty violent noir film with Casey Affleck and Kate Hudson. Yeah, it might be a hard watch for some, but I think it's an entertaining film. And this is the King Kong, Peter Jackson King Kong, the 3-hour version. Love this film. Nice little steelbook here. I think this is the most essential King Kong film, the one that does it the best. Peter Jackson, yeah, I mean, his vision for this one is just amazing. So that is this shelf, this entire bookcase. I have another one coming up and then much more to go. So thank you for watching.